Welcome friends, welcome back to our channel Crystal Learning. So today we will see a question of manufacturing process or manufacturing technology or production. So this question is important to discuss because in many previous years books and other sources, internet sources, the answer given is wrong. So there you can just see the question and mark wrong answers if this question is coming in other state examination or anywhere else. So let's see what will be the correct answer and the explanation for this question. So the question says thread rolling. Thread rolling is somewhat like cold extrusion, cold machining, cold rolling or cold forging. This question came in SSC-JE 2016. So correct answer is cold rolling or cold forging process. Sorry, D option is correct, that is cold forging. So now let's see what is this thread rolling and how it is a cold forging process. So thread rolling is a preferred method for producing strong, smooth, precise and uniform external thread forms over other methods. So thread rolling is a cold forging process that can be performed on any ductile metal. So it is a cold forging process. Let's see what this process is. So we know, as we have done experiments or labs, that threads can be made on a material by cutting on lathe. That is, this figure denotes thread cutting on lathe. So we are familiar with this process. But another process is thread rolling, in which we have two rollers where opposite external thread forms are made on the dies, and the center piece is your workpiece, and in between these two rollers we fed this material workpiece, and it is rotating anti-clockwise, and the workpiece be rotating in opposite direction in clockwise. So this way external threads are being produced on the material by deforming the material, not cutting the material but deforming the material plastically. So it is a cold forging process because we are forging the material. So now let's see what is happening during this process. So as you see in this figure, first figure is machine thread or by cutting. So here we see the flow lines are being cut. Okay, the flow lines are being cut in the material, but here flow lines are being suppressed or concentrated at critical points. Okay, here the flow lines are being concentrated, not cut. If you just zoom this figure, here see the flow lines are being cut. Okay, and here the flow lines are being becoming dense at the critical part, that is here and here. So this process is stronger than machine process because these critical points are known as stress raisers, because maximum stress will raise here, and the component will be more prone to fatigue failure. Okay, so here we see this thread rolled process, that is thread rolling process, produce stronger threads than machine parts, that is this one. So now let's see some points, just read out some points summarizing that what is thread rolling. Okay, so here it is written, cutting process works by removing material from metal and leaves metal fibers exposed at the thread surface. Okay, you can see here metal fibers are exposed at the surface. Okay, the sharp V cut at the bottom is an excellent stress razor that induces fatigue failure at stress point. So these are the stress point. So here fatigue failure will be happening. So on the other hand, thread rolling does not cut metal fibers but compress and expand them to their desired shape by plastically deforming the material. So the fibers or the material grains follow the thread shape and are compressed at the root. Material grains become denser. At root, it becomes dense. Okay, giving maximum strength to the critical area. Giving maximum strength. So here we will have maximum strength in comparison to machine threads. Okay, especially in root and on flank below the pitch diameter. This effect improves the quality of the thread form. So we are getting more strength threads in thread rolling. Another is, as smooth finish is another advantage of cold threaded component over other components. We see the elimination of surface imperfection prevent the occurrence of stress razors that induce fatigue failure. So in this thread rolling, the surface imperfection are being eliminated by compressing the material. Okay, so if there are no surface imperfection or less surface imperfection, then stress raises will reduce, and that will in turn reduce the fatigue failure. So we are see that smooth surface finish is being achieved in thread rolling. So these are some advantage of thread rolling process. So now you get to understand what is thread rolling and how it is better than machine cut thread part. Okay, so this question answer will be, again I am repeating, that is thread rolling is somewhat like cold forging process. I hope you enjoyed the lecture and the concepts are being clear for thread rolling process. Till then, have a nice day. Meet you with the next question.